Live. We are live. It is 9 a.m., January 23rd, and today is going to be an amazing video. It's a continuation from yesterday. So it's one of the most hardest things for people to do, especially people online, is to sell. And today, I want to show you a natural transition from your offer, from your presentation to a sale, a conversion. And I'm going to break that down and peel back the layers and show you a method that I use or that my companies use to sell without selling. Let's go. Until I get my intro, that's gonna be my intro. Y'all know that already. What's good? What's good? Yo, today is the 23rd. I think this is like video 17 or 18. Every single day, every weekday at 9 a.m., I am here with you guys the whole entire month. I said I was going to dedicate 9 a.m. I'm going to go live with you guys and just give game. And the last 3 weeks, I've been just giving game, just from how to build events, on how to build your social media, on how to pull back, take time, add more time to your week. I just been changing the game with you guys, right? And look at any single video and you can apply it right now and use it to your business right now. Like I'm giving you tangible information that you can use right now. And that's the key. I know like sometimes it takes a month or 2 months or 3 months to build something, right? But the things that I'm giving you, you're gonna see the effects of it right now. That was the goal for these lives. I wanted to give you something tangible, something that you can use and benefit you today. So I hope, guys, you've been taking this information. Like yesterday, was how to do it in live in virtual events. That was literally how you do virtual events, right? And it was only changing one thing, because if you're doing virtual events today, right, like right now, and you change that one thing, watch how everything changes for you, because you want to create a platform. You don't want to be a trend. You want to create a platform. And this is a continuation from yesterday, because a lot of times when you're doing these in-person live events, virtual events, what you're doing is you're presenting something, you're presenting a lot of knowledge, and then at the end of this presentation, you have an offer, right? Now, I talked about letting people know you're gonna have an opportunity to work with you, right? That is planting seeds. I call that planting seeds. So you're not surprising them. Like when we did the Notion, Denise was presenting you with an how to the importance of Notion, right? But before that presentation, it was known that you're going to have an opportunity to work with Denise, and she could only have 5 people or 10 people, whatever it was, to work with her. So that is planting a seed, and all through the presentation, you're planting seeds, right? Where the transition after that, after the presentation, is the next step. If you want to take the next step, if you're interested in what was presented and you want to take the next step, it's a natural transition to take that next step, because you want to keep going. So it's not really a sale, it's just going to the next step, right? So that's what we're going to break down today. I got a nice little presentation for you. It's called Selling Without Selling. Let's get into it. Put your comment, put yes in the chat if you sell. Put yes in the chat if you sell. All right. Now, if you're scared to sell, put no more in the chat, because after this class, you will not be scared to sell. Put no more. All right. Let's go. Let's go. We hot. We live. We hot and we live. Let's do it. All right. Let's go. Selling without selling. This is my playbook. How to sell millions by focusing on value and not pressure. A lot of people think that sales is convincing people, but sales is just giving you the information, giving the customer or the client the information that they need, so they can know if they need to go to another step or need something else, right? So the more information you apply to the client that's relevant to their problem, and you show a solution, you're not really selling, you're providing a solution for that client. All right? Let's say that one more time. You're providing a solution for the client, and you're the person showing the solution. So 9 out of 10 times, you'll be the person providing the solution. All right? That's how we got to think of it. So selling feels salesy. Most people are uncomfortable selling because they don't want to be pushy or make others uncomfortable. We've been taught that selling has to feel aggressive. And I will tell you, I've been selling cars for like I've sold cars for like 10 years. Then I was selling newspaper ads, like phone book ads. I sold a lot, right? But it wasn't until I got to selling cars that I really started to understand sales because I have the energy. If you know me, you see me online. So I have a lot of. I'm very like, and like I was younger back then. So imagine how much energy I had back then. So I have a lot of energy, and I have to bottle that energy and release it in certain doses, right? And if I get a customer that's very like pushed back, it's like three different types of people. I forgot. I mean, y'all could put them in the chat, but with those people, I had to calm myself. Like I had to really not be myself, and it was hard. So like I started to just bring them to other people that would match with them better. But because I'm really energetic. But now I thought you had to just be out there, sell. I would see the Boiler Room and all these things, all these different movies and stuff, and I'm just like But that's not the reality. The reality is like I got to this sale, and I literally got to know the psychology of sales. Like even the point of like giving a name, right? You get a name, you get a name, right? It's like a lot of times if I walk up to you today and I say, hey, my name is Michael, you're gonna say, my name is John, right? It's just a natural progression, right? And that's what you're doing. You're just doing natural progressions to the final step of the sale, right? And you should always be set. Like the moment you meet the client, you should be selling, right? So when you get to the sales pitch, it's really not a pitch. It's just let's sign this papers. Let's convert to the next step. Let's go to the next step. So if you did the good, like when I was selling cars, this is for cars. When you did a good job in the sales process, because the whole process, you did a good job when you come back after you test drove the car, you looked you come back to the seat, and it's like a simple sign, right? I know most people say the sale starts when they say their first no, but I had a lot of times where I never got a no, because I did such a great job with identifying their problems and providing the right car for them, right? So it was natural for them. They started to like me. They trusted me, right? They know me because they came in and started to talk to me, right? Or I came up to them. The only thing was, is this the right solution for them? And I identified the right solution for them, so it made it easier for them to make that decision because they knew in their hearts and their minds it was the right decision for them, right? Because they wanted to go to the next step, right? They wanted a car that was reliable. They wanted a car that was safe. They wanted this car because it was their dream car. Whichever it is, you have to identify those pain points inside of them, and then you provide those solutions for those pain points. And that's really what I started to do, and that's how I was able to sell 30, 40, 50 cars a month, and I made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling cars. But we make it difficult. We make it feel like we have to, this is good, go crazy, and that's how I used to think, right? Or it feel like I'm taking advantage. If your product isn't good, if you don't believe in your product, then I mean, I get it. I get it. It's gonna be hard to sell that product. I didn't believe in the phone book ads. It was hard to sell. Didn't believe in it at all. I knew that that was ending, right? I knew it was not gonna. I never seen it. I looked in a phone book in my life. So, and I'm the generation like coming up. I'm 20 years old, 21 years old. So I just knew it wasn't gonna work. So it was hard to sell. So I'm going to these people, going to these businesses, selling them, and I'm like, this shit don't work. So now, if you believe in what you're selling, it's you're helping them, but you're providing a solution. More importantly, for their pain point. All right. The secret to effective selling. You don't need to be silly to sell. The shift is simple. Like I said, you got to touch the pain points, right? The more the more you identify what's their pain point, why did they come in this dealership? Why did they come on this webinar? Why did they come to this event? Right? Why? There's a reason why they came. There's a reason why they clicked. There's something that was inside of them that they made the decision to be in front of this offer, right? You have to figure out why, right? And that comes when you provide overwhelming value, right? The if it's say let's just speak on the Notion, right? If it's Notion, and the way we marketed it was your second brain, and you can clone yourself, right? So just imagine if you can clone yourself, right? So people in their mind are thinking they can make another them, right? To take buy time back. They want to buy time back, right? Who wants to buy time back? Put yes in the chat if you want to buy time back, right? If I can have another 10 hours more with instead of I got 24 hours, imagine if I had 34 hours a day. What would you do with those 10 hours, right? That's what you got to ask yourself, right? And if you can provide value like overwhelmingly in that area of expertise, then you should hit the pain points. Now, when you're directly talking or speaking with a client, you got to know their intimate pain points. You got to know their personal pain points. But the goal is to touch those pain points with the value add, right? And then you have to present an irresistible offer. This offer has to be so good that if they walk away, they know they're doing themselves a disservice. Like for instance, I always say, if my offer is $50,000, right, and I presented all this value, and they said no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna think about it. Cool, but that same person, if you offer them a $350,000 Lamborghini for $50,000, they're gonna take that. They're gonna buy that Lamborghini. Why? Because it's an irresistible offer. The offer for a 350, they've seen the value of 350,000, and now they're only spending 50,000. So the irresistible offer was the gap between what they're paying and what in their mind and hearts it's worth. So you have to present in your mind and your heart, right? In their minds and in their hearts that your offer is worth this, but you're going to sell it for this. Once you do that, it takes away the gap. Literally, it removes the gap just like the Lamborghini. So when you think about selling your offer, think about you want to sell a Lamborghini, right? A $350,000 Lamborghini, but you want to sell it to them for $50,000. Once you can figure that out in terms of your value and your offer, it's not selling anymore. It's literally it's a natural transition to the next step. Y'all with me? Let me know if y'all with me. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? Let's go. We cooking. We cooking. All right, the 5-phrase framework for selling in 7 days. So I like to say 7 days because I mean, it could be 3 weeks, it could be 2 weeks, but it has to be a lead up, right? So if you look on Earn Your Leisure, anytime we announce a big person on the run like the lineup, it's a campaign, right? Like let's speak about Magic Johnson. We posted about Magic Johnson 7 days, like it was like 7 days a post before we announced Magic Johnson. Whether it was his business acumen, whether it was something, his playing abilities, we were just making him relevant again, right? One, right? Showing how valuable he is. We talked about how he's a billionaire, right? That's just making him the authority, making him, known that he was a billionaire, right? We were doing all these different posts, and some people will be like, Why they bringing up Magic Johnson? He's so old news, right? But we were making him relevant in our ecosystem, right? We were building him up in our ecosystem at the current time, right? And there's like young kids that don't even know like these people sometimes, right? So now, like, wow, and they might just start researching because they never even heard of him. Who's this guy? He's a billionaire, or he had these many championships, or so applying that to your offer is taking whatever your offer is about, maybe articles and things like that, making it relevant, right? In the space, in your ecosystem space, so you can get traction and movement. But it's a couple things I'm gonna pull back the layers of why you also do it too. And then by the time we announced Magic Johnson, it was like, oh, y'all getting this guy? I just heard about him. And they don't even know, like, because we are the leader in our space, we'll post about Magic Johnson and other people will start posting about him, right? So now it's like all everywhere, right? So now what happens is it's like, oh, you getting Magic Johnson? He's relevant in your mind. And now we're telling you that we're getting Magic Johnson. How many more tickets are we going to sell because we just hyped it up and made it big? That's called marketing. Let's go. So the foundation. Let's talk about the foundation. Got to be an irresistible offer. And an irresistible offer is $350,000 Lambo for $50,000. Just think of it like that, right? And less is more. Don't think you have to give more so it can be worth more, right? Don't think you got to add 50 things to the offer to make it more. That gets complicated. What I'm saying is more value, more transformation, right? I know that if I'm driving a Honda Accord, right, that I paid about $50,000 for, because I think a Honda Accord like $50,000 now, then I could get a $350,000 Lamborghini for $50,000 for that same $50,000. It's a big transformation, right? Like, who wants to drive a Lamborghini for the same price as a Honda Accord? Is your life going to be transformed? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. Is your life going to be transformed for the same price that you pay for your Honda Accord? You got your Lamborghini. Transformation. What is that transformation going to be, right? That's the irresistible offer. That's what that offer has to signify when you present it. Pain points. Why, right? Why did they come to this event? There's a reason why they came to this event. There's a reason why they sat down with you. There's a reason why they came online to this webinar. There is the reason why. Once you figure out that why, or if you hit that pain point, that why, like just think about when you bought something, right? I just bought these this gadget, right? And I have one right here, right? But it can't do what I want it to do, right? And I seen a video of this thing I just bought. And it literally, the pain point that was bothering me about this one, it literally had a video, a little ad about the problem that this was giving me. What do you think I did? It literally hit me internally. Literally. I bought it and I have the same thing, but that one thing problem that I'm having, this literally video it touched on. It's a natural transition because I naturally been really frustrated because it can't do this one thing, and now I found a solution. So it hit my pain point, so it became a natural transition to the sale. Y'all with me? Listen. This they didn't even sell it. It wasn't even a sales ad. It was a video that this guy talked about. This is the best stand I've ever had, or something like that, right? Perfect. Now, testing the pain point. So now you can easily go to ChatGPT and ask pain points of your offer. You can ask for the offer, then you can say, hey, ChatGPT, and I'll go a little further than that, but you ask them for the pain points. But and I'm going to each step, but I'm just kind of breezing over it. You want to test those pain points to see which one is hitting with your audience. And you can gauge it with interactions and comments and stuff like that, right? And build your narrative, right? That is the message, right? That is how we did with Magic Johnson. We were talking about Magic Johnson for a week before we presented him, right? So if it's your offer about building businesses are failing, right? 9 out of 10 businesses, when they open, they fail in the first year, right? Those are just articles about, those are pain points, right? My business is failing. I'm going to show you a solution to not fail, right? So I'm creating that message that all these businesses are failing. This don't have to be you, right? I'm building up the value, right? And then you deliver your message. This is when you got your offer. So foundation, let's build our foundation. This is day 0. Don't go nowhere. Don't start nowhere. Don't do nothing. This is day 1. What is day 1? We're building our foundation. Create an irresistible offer. You can easily, go to ChatGPT and say, create me an irresistible offer on what you know about me and what I sell and what I do, and just give it the value what you do, right? Now, the value must be at least 3 to 5 times the price, right? So that means, like I said, it's that $50,000 Lambo. You're paying $50,000 for the Lambo, but 3 to 5 times is really worth. That's what you got to think about. So create that irresistible offer, and always remember, it doesn't have to be more things added. It just has to be more value added. Let's write that down. Write that down. Put it in the comments. Value. It has to be more value. Phase 2. Go to ChatGPT. Okay, you gave me this beautiful offer. You can change it up, add things, do what you want to do to it, right? Because you know personally what you can offer. Put that offer into ChatGPT. Say, can you point out 5 different pain points of this offer? Like, why would someone purchase this offer? What are 5 pain points that I would touch me on speaking about this offer that's going to touch five different pain points, so people hear it and they're going to want to buy. And that is going to be how you're going to schedule your campaign, because you're going to make posts about it, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to post 5 or 7 different pain points, right? And it could be articles, it could be different posts, it could be all different things about this pain point, and you post it throughout your all your platforms, right? And you want to track which post gets the most engagement, whether it's comments, shares, likes, saves, whatever it is. And whichever gets the most engagement, that is going to be the lead into when you present your offer, right? Remember that. Whatever, you're going to post about 5 to 7 different posts, right, throughout the week. Whichever gets the most engagement, that is going to be the one that you're going to lead with, the pain point that you're going to lead with when you actually present your offer. Y'all got me? So this is what we call market research, right? Your audience is telling you exactly what hurts them the most, right? Listen to them. Very important. Listen to your audience. The more you listen to your audience, the easier it is to convert whatever you want it to convert. Simple as that. The easier it is that once you listen, there will be no Earn Your Leisure if we didn't listen to our audience. Simple as that. There will be no Earn Your Leisure if we didn't listen to our audience. Our audience told us they wanted Earn Your Leisure, right? Our audience said, why don't you have a podcast? Where's your podcast? And it got so bad that we had no choice but to make a podcast, because they kept asking for a podcast. I'm telling the truth. Ask. Ask about it. All right, so 7 steps, right? Let's get into it. Reality check. Face them with the harsh truth, right? Rent is up 150%. Cars are 3 times more expensive, right? If I'm selling a product that is going to be about changing your financial situation, like a financial literacy, or something that is an investment tool, I'm letting you know that the world is shifting. It's too expensive. You're 1 job, 2 jobs, 3. It ain't gonna help. It's not gonna save you, right? And sometimes you have to be harsh, but you're not just saying it. You're attaching it to articles that are saying it as well, right? You're just making it You're making them aware that yes, there's a shift coming, and it's time to make a change. 2. The problem. Confirm what isn't working. You can't save your way out of this, right? If I'm selling an investment product, I'm going to tell you, you can't save your way. Putting money in the bank is losing you money. Inflation is going higher than what you're getting in your savings account. Like you can't work 2 jobs. Name one person, put one person in the chat that works 2 jobs that are financially free. You won't tell me, you won't find it. So I'm setting your mind up to know and to believe that you cannot save your way out of this. You have to do something else, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. The solution, show them a different path, right? And now, if I am selling an investment tool, I'm going to talk about how I put $100,000 in stocks and I'm up 57%. So last week I put $100,000 in a stock, and this week I'm up 57%. I made $57,000 in the stock market in 1 week, and most of America doesn't make that in a year. That's a solution. That's something that I need that. If I'm looking at these different these realities, these problems, Now you're touching my. Who wants to make 57,000 a week? Put a yes in the chat if you want to make $57,000 a week. Come on, let's be real. All right, number 4, the offer. Present with scarcity, right, and urgency. Stack core values with bonuses. Use pauses, right? Sometimes when you're presenting an offer, you have to slow down. Hard for me to do, very hard, but you have to slow down, right? I'm going to open up 10 spots. 10 spots, that's it. Once those spots are gone, it's over. Right? I'm going to give you this, and for the first 5 people, I'm going to give you something else. Only 5 people. Only 5 people. Right? Presenting the offer. The access. This is where you make your offer unique. Add unique things. We had an offer a couple months ago, and we did a tour of NVIDIA this past Wednesday. I don't know if people know the magnitude of what that was. You literally got to go to NVIDIA headquarters, do a tour, do a presentation, meet executives from NVIDIA. That is something you can't buy. Money can't buy that. That happened because of a relationship. That happened because of a relationship. So money can't buy that. And now I know most people don't have those relationships, but it might be behind the scenes. It might be something that you have access to. It might be a lifetime. You might have access to a lifetime. You might want to bring them to a workout or to a day with you. You might have a nice house or whatever it is. Make something unique that you can offer them that no one else can, right? Because it's personal to you. That's what's gonna push them over the ledge, right? Who wants to be backstage at InvestFest? If I put a offer that says you could be backstage with me, how much more likely am I gonna be able to sell that offer? And in the close, make it simple and clear. If you see it on the website, it's available. If it's not, it's gone. Just make it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Like Melvin Gordon, what is his name? Myron Golden. He does a really good job. You don't have to buy. I don't need your money. Then why you present the offer? Right? So most people would say that. Why you present the offer then? If you don't need your money, why you present the offer? He needs your money, right? This is how he survives, by putting out offers and people buying, right? But he makes it seem like so you're like, it makes you feel like, oh, I'm a buy. Like this, he really doesn't really want me to buy. Like it almost makes you feel like it's just, I'm a buy. But he's a really good salesperson. Really good salesperson. All right, let's just deliver with, like I talked about pauses. Let important details sink in. Like that NVIDIA tour, when Rashad presented, like Rashad's really good with selling without selling. I'll just put that out there. He's really good at selling without selling. In the business engine, I broke down everything he did. So if you didn't, or if you're not in the business engine, go save yourself 70% off. Coupon code YouTube. Go to thebusinessengine.com and save yourself. You can literally go look at that video. I literally broke a whole entire video down on how he sells. So that'll just sum up this whole thing, right? But let important details sink in. The NVIDIA tour, that got to sink in. You got to know the magnitude of an NVIDIA tour. Repetition. Say the best parts twice. Magic Johnson. Did y'all not hear me? Magic Johnson will be in the building at InvestFest. That's huge, right? And he's probably top 2 speakers in InvestFest thus far, to me. Authority, name drop, proven results, testimonials, people that are a part of your offer that are very successful, trusted voices, Very important. Relatability. Use your own experience and pain. You know, you're not selling, you're helping people see their reality. That's important. You're not selling, you're helping people see their reality. If their reality is they're stuck, they're bottlenecked, they can't grow their business, they've been doing everything they can possibly do, and their business isn't growing, it's time to change. It's time to make a difference. But you're letting them know that's your reality, right? Understand what's not working and showing them a proven path forward. Who's ready to make a change? So I want to just go. This is going to be the last thing I want to go over this. Your implementation checklist. All right. I want you to have this. You can take a screenshot of this, but like always, you can go click the link below and download the whole entire presentation. I give these all to you guys for free. So every single class that I had a presentation, you can go to that same link and all the presentations are there. If you don't see it, you can always email me, Michael@MichaelJMcDonald. But I want you to take a screenshot of this because this is going to be your checklist. And it's really good. Maybe I'll do a video about this, but having a checklist for every task, right? I talked about it in the capture method, but everything needs a checklist. Why? Because if you don't have a checklist, you'll miss things, right? Because your brain makes mistakes. We make mistakes. We're human beings, right? We're not robots. And robots even make mistakes. But it's so much easier if I'm posting a video. It's like I have a post schedule for a video. I got to do this title. I got to do description. Just do a checklist, right? So this is the checklist. Create your irresistible offer. That's the first thing. 3 to 5. 3 to 5, right? What's that mean? $350,000 Benz, Lambo, $50,000 price. Identify 5 to 7 pain points with ChatGPT. Find current articles that validate each pain point. All right. Post pain points on social media for 7 days. Track which pain point gets the most engagement, because that's going to tell you which pain point you got to identify. Right. Build your sales narrative using the framework. Literally, this is a framework on how to sell without selling. Create scarcity, limited spots, time sensitive, whatever it is. But you have to create some scarcity, because if they have forever to buy, then they're never going to buy. You have to make them feel like they have to buy this now, because if they don't buy it now, then they're going to lose out. And the easy way to say that is I'm only taking 5 people, or the deal ends at midnight. Simple as that. And the one thing is you have to end it, and you have to only do a certain amount of people. Be true. Be hold to your word. Add unique experiences to access your offer. Right? And set up a simple, memorable domain for your offer. I didn't talk about this in this presentation, but this is really big. So if you're off, like my domain to the sign up page was like something. I just bought a domain called Notion engine.ai and forwarded to that something domain. That is very important, because when you are doing Facebook ads and stuff like that, and when you're talking about it, you want people to, like, because most people watch YouTube on the TV, so you want them to be able to just go to the domain. They're not going to type it along. Make it as simple as possible. The more complicated, the least amount of conversions you're going to get. All right, and launch with confidence. When you sell that thing, you got to put through that camera that you really believe it, which you should. You really know that it's going to help them, which you know, and you are the one that should be helping them. That's it. That's it. And that is selling without selling. Who is in the chat? Let me see this chat light. Listen, guys, I only got 1 more week left of doing this, right? That I committed to. I need to get to 14,000 subscribers. If I get to 14,000 subscribers, I will keep this thing going. If you guys really enjoy these videos at 9 a.m., I got a lot more stuff to talk about. Ask the Business Engine members. We got a lot more stuff. We ain't even touch the tip of it. But I need to know y'all really, really rock with me. So like, share, and subscribe. Share this, subscribe to me, right? If you really, really want me to keep doing this, and share it to all your friends. Like, yo, this is my man Mike. He's dropping game every morning. Yo, you gotta subscribe. You gotta watch. If you really, really, really rocking with me, and you really want me to see this, I gotta see 14,000. So I believe in y'all. I really appreciate y'all for even being here. Y'all don't have to be here. Y'all can be anywhere in the world. So I really do appreciate y'all for supporting the comments, the likes, and just being on the live. It's been dope. I enjoy this. This is becoming really fun to me. The repetitions is helping me become comfortable. Like there's no other place I would rather be than be with y'all. So I want this to keep going. Just show me, let me know that y'all really, really, really rock with me and y'all really want me to keep going. With that, I love you guys. I'll see you. This is Friday, so y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all. Have a good weekend. I'll see y'all Monday. Peace.